All appears set for the signing of the 2020 budget into law tomorrow. Well, feelers coming in indicates that President Buhari might just be assenting to the appropriation bill in record time. Now, will this be an early Christmas present? And the politics of security comes to the fore tonight as we critically examine the government's performance in the area of securing lives and property. Add to that the prospects of implementing the revised national security strategy. Hello everyone and welcome to the program. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I am Kayode Okikiolu sitting in for Seun Akimbaloye. Well, it appears the president might just be appending his signature to the 2020 appropriation bill tomorrow, but that's barring any last-minute change. Well, if things go as envisaged, it will turn out to be one of the fastest budgetary processes since 1999. So let's kind of walk you through how we got to this point. On Tuesday, October the 8th, President Buhari presented the appropriation bill, which was tagged the Budget of Sustaining Growth and Job Creation. Now, this is a breakdown of that budget. Recurrent expenditure was at 4.88 trillion naira. Capital expenditure was at 2.14 trillion naira. Statutory transfers was at 556.7 billion naira. Debt service 2.45 trillion naira. Now, fast forward to 58 days after. The National Assembly had performed its oversight function, and what came out was a 10.59 trillion naira budget, which was passed and then was transmitted to the president. Now, this is what came out eventually. There's a breakdown. The recurrent expenditure was 4.8 trillion naira. Capital expenditure was 2.4 trillion naira. That increased from 2.1 trillion naira. Statutory transfers also increased to 560.4 billion naira. And check this out, debt service also increased to 2.7 trillion naira, and that's how we ended up with 10.59 trillion naira. But don't forget, the target is to return to January-December budget cycle, and from all indications, that goal might just be achieved. It's about 9 days to Christmas, so maybe this will pass as an early Christmas present. We'll find out. Well, let's now check out some other stories we are following for you on our political roundup.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, says the passage of the production sharing contract, which is expected to generate about $2 billion for the country, and the finance bill, which is expected to increase the revenue generation of the country, does not stop the federal government from borrowing. His statement is coming on the heels of President Muhammadu Buhari's letter to the National Assembly requesting to borrow $29.96 billion. According to Senator Lawan, the National Assembly would not only approve the loan request of the president, but also ensure strict oversight to make sure that every cent that is borrowed is tied to a project. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, is pledging the commitment of the Nigeria Police to improve the overall efficiency of the service. Mr. Adamu says the police is set to commence the full implementation of the community policing strategy with a view to curbing the activities of criminal elements in the country. The IGP, while announcing the successes recorded by the police in the last 1 year, assures residents that measures have been put in place to make Nigeria safer before, during and after the Yuletide season. The Edo State Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, says his administration is making reasonable progress in its developmental programs for the people, even in the face of adversity, contrary to the wishes of detractors within the All Progressives Congress, APC. Mr. Obaseki, speaking after the weekly Executive Council meeting at the Government House in Benin City, the Edo State capital, stated that the recent troubles within the party is all part of a ploy to throw him off track at a time when the state is achieving a lot. The crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party in Plateau State appears not to be abating, with the emergence of Chris Hassan as the new party chairman in the state, following the resignation of former chairman Damishi Tsango. This followed the ratification of the Plateau Northern Senatorial Zone nomination of Chris Hassan to fill the vacant position, which was endorsed by the State Executive Committee in line with the party's constitution.